The answer is no. No, I have not forgotten about Cronos. I making this video because a lot of people are saying you don't cover Crow anymore. No, no, no. Listen, the Crow is still a huge part of my portfolio. There's just so much to talk about sometimes that I get lost and I forget that I haven't made a Crow video in a long time. So in this one, I want to talk about when are we going to 10x? We're currently at 10 cents right now. When do we 10x and get to $1? And I want to preface this by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my predictions based on some news and information that's out there. So, in one camp, people say the next bull run will happen in 2024, right around the Bitcoin halving. Other people say we're actually still in a bull run. Interesting, right? That we'll see Bitcoin have a blow off top to 100K in 2023, and then the real bear market will start. So, predictions are all across the board, but I do say this: once we get back into a bullish market and Bitcoin screams past its previous all-time high and hits 70K and beyond, I do think then Cronos will surpass the $1 threshold. Now, when we're looking at Bitcoin hitting 100,000, I think Cronos could be closer to $2. Just basing this off of what happened last year. And here's how I got here. All right. So if we scroll on down, we could see that Cronos or Crowcoin set its all-time high last year. Okay, November 21st, 2021, where it hit about 97 cents. Now it's 89% off of that price right now. However, that's when Bitcoin was setting its all-time high, and that was just shy of 70,000. So if altcoins follow a similar trend line as Bitcoin comes back, which I do think they will, especially some of the top altcoins. Now, a lot of altcoins won't because they just simply won't make it. But I do think Cronos is here to stay. They've built a phenomenal ecosystem that continues to evolve and stay ahead of the curve. Meanwhile, Cronos is going to be a main sponsor at the World Cup. We'll see if we get a little bit of a rally on that news and on that information coming in November. But I think Cronos hits $1 when Bitcoin gets close to peaking again near its all-time high. And I do think Cronos long term is a great viable option that in a bull market, it really is pretty steady, right? A lot of these tokens that are tied to blockchains and centralized exchanges are pretty steady over time. And I think when you look at Crow, they're really innovative in how they're utilizing Crow, right? Whether it's the cashback rewards, whether it's in their entire platform itself, and finding different use cases that gives the owner of Crow peace of mind, and it allows people to want to hold it longer because of the perks, because of the upside, because of the growth of the platform. Crypto.com itself has grown at a rapid rate. Over 2 million active users over the last 5 years. They've added 2 million per every 5 years, over every year rather, over the last 5 years. So basically 10 million users in the last 5. That's easier. But yes, currently sitting at 10 cents, still a market cap over $2.5 billion. Now, if you don't know what Cronos is, I want to bring you inside here and basically kind of talk to you a little bit about Cronos and what's behind it. So it's a decentralized open source blockchain .com developed by financial services and trading organizations. It's a platform offering various services such as exchanges, brokerages, debit cards, DeFi, lending and borrowing. This is what I was getting at, right? So many use cases within the ecosystem where they can find ways to allow you to utilize Crow, right? The actual asset. So by holding the asset, you can have a lot of access. Crow is the native token in one of the products of the chain, which intends to build a network of projects still coming and help emerging merchants accept cryptocurrencies as form of payment. Now, Cronos plans to expand its platform's reach to other platforms as well, and therefore impact the Crow price positively. This is what gives you the upside. The team behind the network has made announcements on the 18th of February in 2022 that Crypto.com will be rebranded to Cronos. Of course, that is the blockchain itself too, which reflects the decentralized nature of the ecosystem. Now, according to the announcements, the ecosystem represents the next major phase in adoption and utilization of Web3 Foundation by millions and millions of users. So Crow continues to be a top holding in my portfolio. By the way, I'm staking about 80% of my Crow. I'm using the flexible staking within. It's not a ton, but I get those cashback rewards in Crow. That's another incentive to hold on to Cro because you get this passive income. Yes, they've reduced their staking rewards for a lot of their different assets, including Cro. However, they had to do that, right? Given the markets, given where we're going in terms of regulation, and a lot of it is where we don't know we're going with regulation. But still, I'll take 2% flexible staking, meaning I can take it off there whenever I want. But right now, if I'm going to hold it anyway, why not earn 2% on the platform itself, crypto.com? So I'm still very bullish on this long term. It's still one of my top holding assets. And here's the number one reason why. I'll go back to this. This is what I said back in 2021. We have not hit mass adoption. We're not even close yet. And when people start really diving into cryptocurrency and they're looking where to invest, they're going to go to places that are easiest, right? So new platforms that allow fiat on-ramps and exchanges that they know and trust. Crypto.com, the name is right there. That name itself, I think, will bring so many people into its ecosystem when mass adoption really kicks into full gear. That's what I've got for you in the update. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think down below. But Cro to $1, a 10x from here. I certainly think it's going to happen as soon as Bitcoin gets off its ass and starts moving a little bit. So, all right, I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.